I'm Veronica, and this is the Inner Intimacy Show. As always, we're going to start off with a meditation. Even as you're getting settled, just allowing yourself to breathe, feeling some relaxation in your body. There's no pressure. Take some deep inhale breaths. Get yourself all nice and settled. I'm sitting on my ball chair right now. I love a ball chair. If you work from home, I highly encourage you to get one. It's also great because ergonomically, your spine is sitting up. I'm engaging my abdominal muscles. My knees are at a 90-degree angle, and it's just really good alignment. One of the reasons why we sit up in yoga and in meditation is because of this alignment. We want to be able to bring the energy from the base of our spine, that Kundalini Shakti energy, all the way from the base of the spine, and pull it upwards, 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 all the way up through the heart, through the throat, through the first eye, and out through the crown. I like to say that this is how we bring heaven and earth together within us. And as you know, it all begins with us. The balance, the change, everything that we want to see outside of us requires an alchemical transformation within us first. If it does not occur within us, within each of our individual cells, then we are not able to project and speak life into that which we want to see. So we're all bound up and tight. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I've got my Insight Timer app. I'm gonna set the time here. We've got 3 minutes going. Remember, just do the very best that you can. If your mind starts to wander, your thoughts start to take over, give yourself a focal point, just one focal point for 3 minutes. Let that focal point just be your breath. Breathe. If it feels good for you, perhaps you need a mantra. Maybe it can be as simple as just this. Just this. In this moment, just this. All right. Again, sit up as tall as you can. Allow the hands to rest in the lap. Draw the chin down a little bit so the back of the neck is long. Allow the belly to spill forth, breathing in. Allow your shoulders to relax and soften. Breathing into the possibilities for this new world. The possibilities of peace. Feel what that feels like in your body right now. If it's difficult for you to access peace, just start to soften. Soften your body a little more. The contraction in our mind, in our spirit, in our body keeps us from peace. So get softer. Start taking a deeper inhale breath. Expand your belly. Hold your breath. And exhale it out by pulling your navel back to your spine. You can even imagine that that breath is moving all the way from the chest down, 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 pushing all the way back out. And then inhale, breathing back in. It's like the waves of the ocean building. And then exhale. As the water starts to pull back, connecting to emptiness. getting ready to build up again. Inhale. This peace within and peace without. Exhaling all of the breath, emptying out completely. This way of softening allows more peace inside every part of you. Take another full, complete breath. Exhale it out, maybe making a little sound. Yeah, good. Maybe even shake it out a little bit. Look around your space. This looking around is this process of reorienting. You're reorienting, allowing your muscles in your eyes just to stretch, to see, and you're opening up to new possibilities. Magical thinking, we have to be connected to possibilities, to have the openness in our body, in our mind, and our spirit so that we can start calling in more possibilities. I'm going to share with you a universal principle that you are probably already familiar of, and you may not realize how it's operating in your life. So whatever we think about, and we're constantly thinking about it, this is a form of meditation. Because you're focused. If you're focused on worry, if you're thinking about things that are going on in the collective right now, that and you are bringing the energy, you're reflecting the energy that maybe is being reflected towards you, right? So if it's pain or anger, rage, whatever those things are, if you're focusing on that and you're allowing your body to experience those emotions, those chemicals in your body, then what you're doing is you're actually perpetuating more of that, more anger, more fear, more shame, more rage, whatever it is. And I know that you don't want to feel those feelings. I know that you know that that is not going to lead you to your optimal life. I also realize that in this moment, and in this time in our lives, that great change is needed. It's demanded. We cannot go on in the same way. So something has to be done. And yet, a part of us may not realize that we can't use rage and anger to create the change. It can help open up, right? Anger is great, like a volcano. It can start to focus, make us step up in a way that maybe we hadn't before until that anger was provoked. But we cannot stay in that state of anger or rage if we want to create a peaceful world, a world where there's equanimity and equality for all. The only way to have peace is to vibrate peace and to come from a place of peace. So that has to be within. And in order for us to start vibrating peace and feeling a sense of calm and love and compassion, this requires us to start redirecting the way that we think about things. You have to become more aware of your thought patterns. And also, once you notice that you're in a loop, maybe that you are thinking about things that are not helpful. Nobody knows what you're thinking about. Only you know it. They only know once you say something. So you have to catch yourself when you are moving away from the type of thought vibrations that you want to have. And one of the ways that I do that is if I think about something that I'm like, that's not mine. That's not mine. That doesn't belong to me. That doesn't belong to me. I don't want that because I don't want that in my field. We don't want that in our energetic field. I might even make a face kind of like this. Right? If I'm driving down the street, or I get this crazy thought in my head, I just will I don't want that. I don't want that thought. It's an action that I'm taking to purge it out of my energetic field. So these are some really baseline things that you can do to start shifting your energetic frequency. Remember, nobody knows what you think about until you say something. So we can pretend that we're all peaceful and happy and blissful and really not be. And that will manifest in other ways in our lives, like, disease. And of course, ultimately, it reflects in the collective. There's not one thought that any of us thinks that goes unheard by the universe. And what the universe does is the universe says, hey, you have the power to create with your words, with your thoughts, with your energy. So I'm going to give you back what it is that you're asking me for. And if we're even silently speaking those kind of things out into the universe, it's affecting all of us. It's affecting you. It's affecting the collective. Start really feeling into what you want for this new world. What do you want to feel? How do you want to feel every single day of your life? What does coming and staying in your center feel like for you? If you are used to just being kind of tossed back and forward in the tides of life, then you might not know what that feels like. But I know that you know what it could feel like. So now you have to just start bringing that into your body, bringing that into your frequency. And when you start to feel contracted, you start to feel lack of ease, lack of peace, breathe into it. Breathe in. Every single time you start to get into a state of mind, start vibrating in a way that you don't want to feel because you don't want to create more of that in your life, stop, pause, and meditate. Just stop, pause, meditate. You're just going to drop into your body. Stop whatever you're doing. Pause, check in with yourself. Breathe in. And that breathing is that form of meditation. Just breathing into all the spaces inside of you that feel a little bit contracted. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's going to make sense eventually. So, I talked about dropping back into your center, even if you're not sure exactly what that is because you've been kind of tossed back and forward, or maybe you're new to meditation, you're new to mindfulness, and this is a little bit over your head. That's okay. Start to imagine what it is that you want to feel like. What does peace feel like? What does that look like? What would you be doing if you were feeling peaceful? Maybe there's some activities and things that you're doing right now that are not serving you and are not supportive of this peace and love that you want to feel. Where your attention goes, the energy is going to flow. That means that the universe is going to give back to you whatever it is that you've been vibrating in your energetic field. So even if you haven't said it out loud, you are still creating your reality. Be mindful of the things that you think about and also the words that you speak, because our words are spells. I'm going to say that again. Our words are spells. It's hidden in plain sight. When you look at the word spelling, this denotes that you are, in essence, casting a spell. You are spelling. Your words are magic. So make sure that you are mindful about the things that you are saying. Do you want those words to come back to you and bless you? Or do you want those words to come back to you and give you more pain and fear and haunt you? It's your choice. Remember, though, that it's not only affecting you, it's also affecting the collective. When you start to feel scattered and you're not sure what to do, and you know the path of turbulence and rage, you know how that's shown up in your life, and you see how it's showing up all around the world, stop, pause, and meditate. Stop what you're doing, pause and check in, use your breath, and start meditating. I thank you all so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to check in with you next week sometime. You can follow me on Instagram at Veronica L. Clark. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Veronica Lynn Clark, and my website, VeronicaLynnClark.com.